A New York couple has been arrested and charged for allegedly conspiring to launder $4.5 billion in stolen cryptocurrency. According to the Justice Department, Ila Lichtenstein and Heather Morgan attempted to launder almost 120,000 Bitcoin. Hackers stole it in 2016 from a virtual currency exchange known as Bitfinex. The DOJ says it has seized $3.6 billion in cryptocurrency connected to the hack. That's the largest financial seizure in department history. For more on this, I want to bring in Ari Redbord. Thanks for joining us. He is the head of legal and government affairs for TRM Labs, a cryptocurrency management company. Ari, this is quite a story. Just how significant are these arrests and the Bitcoin seizure?
It's incredibly significant, Nikki, and thank you for having me. I think you mentioned it right off the bat. This is the largest seizure of anything, and not just cryptocurrency, in U.S. history. And we should really step back for a moment and think about how extraordinary that is and sort of what goes into an investigation like this. It's extraordinary for a number of other reasons, not just the size of the seizure. It's extraordinary for the fact that, these individuals were actually arrested. I was a prosecutor at the U.S. Attorney's Office in D.C. that's actually prosecuting this Bitfinex case for about 11 years. And I can tell you, we charged a lot of cases involving cyber attacks from North Korea or Russian cyber criminals, individuals that you will never actually, make arrests in those cases. Here we have arrested two individuals in New York City for really the largest money laundering conspiracy in U.S. history, arguably. It's really an extraordinary moment. And then last, I'd say it's extraordinary for the investigation itself. The case agent on this case from IRS-CI is an individual named Christian Chesky, who's been really working this investigation for years. You had a squad from Homeland Security led by Steve Francis. You had folks from FBI really working this case since 2016. And what it goes to show is that law enforcement won't give up, that they'll continue to track and trace the flow of funds in cryptocurrency and ultimately make arrests in cases like this.
Ari, you really can't make up a story like this. It feels like a movie. It's so complicated. This case links all the way back to 6 years ago. The hack happened 6 years ago. How was the Justice Department able to track these funds and ultimately build its case?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. You hear so much about the anonymity of cryptocurrency or the use of it for illicit finance, but really, crypto moves on the blockchain, which is an entirely open ledger. And there are tools like TRM Labs that allow for the tracing and tracking of funds. And when you have these sort of sophisticated tools in the hands of great investigators, like I mentioned, Christian Chesky and others in the federal government, they are able to follow the flow of funds in ways that are impossible when you're talking about, bulk cash smuggling or hawalas or, webs of shell companies in cash and in fiat. And there are ways to, these great investigators are trained to follow the money. And there are ways to do that in crypto that are just extraordinary and impossible to do in sort of the physical world.
What do you think this case says about security and safety in the cryptocurrency industry?
It's a great question. Look, we've seen a recent spate of attacks on different cryptocurrency businesses, whether it's from nation state actors like North Korea or whether they're large scale hacks. Well, this is a cyber problem first and foremost, not necessarily a crypto problem, right? These exchanges, I know, are working to harden their cyber defenses to stop these attacks from happening in the first place. And that's a very, very important thing to do. And I know the White House is working with the private sector very closely on sort of how to make sure we do that, especially when we're talking about financial institutions. Interestingly, in the age of the internet, a hack would mean the loss of your personal information potentially, or usernames and passwords. In the age of crypto, a hack could mean the loss of life savings. And that's why I think it's so important to harden cyber defenses when you're talking about cryptocurrency businesses, but also have the tools in place and the great agents that did this investigation and had this great result be able to trace the flow of funds in unique ways. I think arguably this is a great day, not just for law enforcement, but really the cryptocurrency industry. Because what this says is, look, crypto is not anonymous. Crypto is not something that is in the shadows. It's something that law enforcement is able to leverage the power of this technology to stop bad actors. And it's an extraordinary moment and I think a great one for the crypto industry.
Cryptocurrency really has become a part of our everyday vocabulary at this point. Where do you think the conversation on regulating crypto goes from here in the wake of this news?
Yeah, what's amazing is even in the wake of this news, we had 2 hearings on the Hill this week, one on stable coins and one on sort of a broader crypto framework. So look, I mean, I think that regulators have been thinking about cryptocurrency for years. I think something that's missed in a lot of this is that cryptocurrency exchanges, some of the largest exchanges in the world, Coinbase and Binance and FTX, they're regulated entities by the U.S. government for purposes of anti-money laundering. So if you are what they call, if you are a crypto exchange, you're essentially a money service business, and you have to have anti-money laundering compliance controls in place. So a lot of the regulations are already there, but I think what we're going to see over the next year or so is really more legislation that creates a clearer regulatory framework or legal framework for crypto. But we're moving in that direction. I'm very optimistic that that's where we're headed. But it is very early days, as you indicated.
It's fascinating. Ari Redbord, thanks so much for your time and insight.
Thank you for having me.